Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So today I'm here with a TBR video for a readathon that is happening this weekend. I'm super excited for this readathon. It's been about 2 weeks since the Bookoplathon happened and I've been reading kind of like intermittently since then, and I just thought like a nice kind of slightly less pressure readathon would be perfect to hopefully get me back into reading a little bit more than I am at the moment, because I'm reading quite slowly. So this readathon is the Easter weekend readathon hosted by Kate on Reading Through Infinity. So I'll be posting a link to her blog which has the announcement on for this readathon, and her booktube below, so you can go and check her out. So this is a 4-day readathon that is running over the Easter weekend from Friday to Monday. So from going into Friday, so midnight on Friday, to midnight on Monday night, so that's when it finishes. And this has only 4 prompts, which is really nice. So this is basically a prompt a day or a book a day if you're going to do every single prompt for different books. You can double up as far as I'm aware, but I am going to go for all 4 books. And I have picked some books I'm super excited to read. It did take me a while to sort out my TBR and kind of finalise what books I wanted to read, but I think I have managed to finally get there and I'm really excited for the ones that I've chosen. So I'm taking part in this alongside Alex on Alex's books. I'll also link her account down below, and one of these books we are going to buddy read together over the weekend, which is really exciting. So as I said, I will link the announcement blog post that Kate did in the description, and you can also go and check that out because she has a giveaway running, which is, the details are all explained on that post, so you can go and have a look at that. And that's to win a book of your choice under £15 from Book Depository or Blackwell's. So that is also open internationally as well, and all you have to do is take part in the readathon, so I definitely recommend going to check out that post, and it also has more details of the readathon which I might have missed in this video. Kate is also doing live sprints on booktube over the weekend, which is really exciting. And hopefully will help me do some reading as well. So let's get right into the prompts. As I said, there's 4 prompts and I'm going to go for 4 different books this weekend. So the first prompt is a book that gives you spring vibes. Now I was really struggling with this one just because I don't necessarily see like a book that has spring vibes because I don't know what it's about. So I was struggling and I was just going to go for a contemporary because I do tend to drift more towards contemporary or romance in the spring, summer, and more towards fantasy in like autumn and winter. So I'm just kind of coming out of my fantasy into some more contemporary. I won't necessarily not read any fantasy from now on, but I do tend to drift more towards contemporary reads in the summer. So I was just going to choose a contemporary, and then I was talking to Alex about my TBR and she was like, you have to read The Secret Garden. So I'm doing a thing this year where I'm reading 11 books, one every month from February onwards, from my Wordsworth Classics collector's edition set, which is just behind me up here, and I've basically got my friends to pick the books for me. So in February I read, can I remember, Persuasion, and in March I read Little Women, and I've not like finalised the book for every month, and obviously because this is taking part from the 2nd to the 5th of April, I believe. Yeah, because this is taking part from the 2nd to the 5th of April, I'm in a new month so I can pick a new classic, and Alex has recommended me The Secret Garden as part of this whole project that I'm doing, so I am going to go for The Secret Garden to read for this readathon for the spring vibes prompt. Obviously because Alex has read this book she can kind of finalise that more, but because of this being in a garden I'm sure it is very kind of summery and spring themed, so I definitely think this fits the prompt. And because this is a children's book, the words aren't too small either, so I'm hoping I can get this through this one fairly quickly. It is quite thick, it's 351 pages, but it is a small book as well. I'm so excited to read this. I just hope I love it because I know that Alex absolutely loves this book and I think it is her favourite book in the world, so I hope I love it just as much. So the next prompt is a book about new beginnings, and this was another one I was struggling with because I feel like it's difficult to tell if a book is about new beginnings when you haven't read it and you don't really know like exactly what it's about. I was going to go for something to do with endings just because when there is an ending there is a beginning, and I thought you know, there's a few books like They Both Die at the End that have end in the title that I can kind of choose. But I decided, me and Alex were talking about this, and I said to Alex, why don't we go for something that's the first book in a series, just because obviously that is kind of a new beginning for a series. And we have been trying to start our buddy read of the Ember in the Ashes series for a while now. We were going to start it on Monday this week and try and finish it by the start of the readathon, but instead we thought, why don't we just try and read this over the weekend? It is quite chunky, and to get through it in 4 days we are going to have to read over 100 pages a day, I believe. But I thought this would be perfect to start, and I'm super excited to read it, so we're going to try and read this one over the 4 days, and we split it up to about 100 pages a day. We are going to be carrying on reading this series in the next kind of month or so, and to kick us off over the weekend we're going to both start reading Ember in the Ashes. The next prompt should be a really easy one, and that is a book under 250 pages. And for this one I just went onto my Goodreads TBR, my physical TBR shelf, and I set it to count by page number. And this is actually a lot trickier than I thought, because I've recently read a lot of my books that were quite short, mainly for the book-upathon that happened the other week. So I don't actually have many books that are under 250 pages left. It was coming up with a few which were actually the next books in this series, just because nobody's added the page count for them yet. So I was like, okay, I can't read those because they're definitely not. And then there was 4 books I think that were under 250 pages, but 2 of them are in my project for the year of reading Wordsworth classics every month, and obviously I can't read 2 in a month because I'm already reading A Secret Garden. So I couldn't read either of those, and I think those were Gatsby and The Little Prince. And then I had Northanger Abbey, which is actually only 224 pages, but I was like, that's going to be quite heavy for a readathon and I don't want to try and rush through that. The only other option on there was Peter Pan, which I'm fine with, I'm quite happy about. Means I'll be reading 2 children's classics this weekend, which is quite exciting. And this one is 220, or just gonna find out. This is 235 pages overall. The next one on the list was The Jungle Book, which is 251 pages. I was almost tempted to read that one, but I'm going to stick to the rules and do it under 250 pages, and I'm going to read Peter Pan. So yeah, I'm quite excited to read this one. I've never read it, so let's see how it goes. And the last book on this list is the one that I was so certain about as soon as I saw this prompt, and this is Read a Book with a Pastel Cover. There is a book that I've wanted to read for a while and I've owned since Christmas, and I've wanted to read it, and I thought, hang on a minute, this has got a very pastel-y cover, and this is The Falling in Love Montage by Clara Smith. So excited to read this one. So yeah, my friend Courtney bought this for me for Christmas because she knew that I wanted it, and this is a sapphic romance, which I think is set in the summer, and it's set, I think it might be set at a theme park. Maybe I'm just thinking that because there is a Ferris wheel on the cover. But yeah, this is about 2 girls called Saoirse and Ruby, and it's meant to be like a rom-com, and I think it's about a summer romance, but it also has some kind of deeper conversations in there as well, and one of the characters has a mum that is ill. But yeah, so this sounds really interesting and I can't wait to read it. It is on the thicker side for a contemporary, but as it is a summer contemporary, I thought it would be perfect for this, and it has just the right cover. So this one is nearly 400 pages, but I think with the other ones being shorter or hopefully easier to get through because they're children's classics, and then reading An Ember in the Ashes with Alex over the weekend, I'm quite confident that hopefully I'll be able to read this one. I have tried to clear my plans for the weekend, although I am doing some things, so I don't have the entire weekend to just read, but I hopefully won't need it. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and read these books over the weekend. I'm really excited for this readathon. This is the first time I've taken part in the Easter readathon hosted by Kate, but I can't wait to join in. I'm really excited. I am going to be trying to vlog my progress over the weekend, so you will see that vlog next week, and I hope you enjoy it when it comes out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do want to join in with this readathon, then check the links down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please drop it a like, Comment down below if you are going to join in with this readathon and what you are reading for the prompts, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you next time. Bye!